Day. LeBron versus Chris Paul, longtime friends. And this is the first time they've met in the playoffs. And here we go, second quarter. Paul is going to go down. Keep an eye on the spot shadow here. That's Taylor Horton-Tucker. Pay no attention to that. Watch Chris Paul going down, writhing in pain. Even LeBron comes over, check on it. It's a shoulder contusion. He'd go to the locker room. He would return. Meanwhile, the story of this day was Anthony Davis. His plus minus was minus 18. Couldn't get anything to fall. Finished with 13 points, 5 of 16 from the floor. Tough start for AD to the series. Fourth quarter, Suns up 11. Cameron Payne, he's turning it over. LeBron James, he's going the other way, hanging around. Lakers are down just 9. Later, LeBron at the free throw line. I want you to watch him. He is going to go up and over Chris Paul, and down goes LeBron holding the shoulder. A lot of things happen here. He's a little banged up, and now we've got issues. We got Alex Caruso and Payne going at it. You see there's a shove. Now Caruso's going to get up. He didn't take kindly to that. Now here comes Montrezl Harrell from halfway across the court. He's going to get involved. In the end, Payne would get ejected. LeBron worked on the shoulder, and he stayed in the game. But this one would belong to the young Suns. There's one of the youngest, Devin Booker. The drive, and it's good. He had 34 points, 8 assists. Suns take game 1. AD, what happened?
There's no way we're winning a game, let alone a series, with me playing the way I play. So, this was on me. I take full responsibility.
Anytime he comes to the pressure and tell you guys we can't win without him or with him playing the way he played, he always responds. So, looking forward to that. And when AD is AD, then we're the Lakers.
All right, so rough night at the office for Anthony Davis. Again, his plus minus the worst of any player on the floor for either team last night. 13 points, 5 of 16 from the floor, and just never looked like he was taking control of the game. And that's something we talked about earlier with this, the odd couple, Zach Lowe and Big Perk. And so let me come to you. Big Perk, if you were going to give Anthony Davis a pep talk right now, what do we need from him in game 2 if you're the Lakers? What would you say?
Dominate the paint, Greeny. Don't settle. Like, we're talking about a young DeAndre Ayton. You just had 42 on this man a few weeks ago. Like, don't give this man any hope. Be aggressive, AD. I need you to get at least 15 to 20 free throw attempts. If you get 15 to 20 free throw attempts, I know that you're being aggressive. I know that you're not settling. I need you to be dominant.
Zach Lowe, it's interesting because it felt like the narrative, or one of them anyway, around the play-in tournament was, well, you want to avoid Utah, so you want to wind up playing Phoenix, this young team that everyone kind of disrespects, and they take game 1, and we'll see what happens with Chris Paul. Do you feel like they've got the Lakers in a little bit of trouble here one game in?
Phoenix is tough as hell, and yeah, I do. And look, the Lakers have a history of sort of playing possum early. We know LeBron saves a gear for when he's really cornered. But Phoenix is a really good two-way team. And we could talk about AD, and I think it's on both AD and the Lakers to get him more involved, maybe more at the 5 and all that. But to me, the Lakers are in trouble if LeBron, because of his ankle injury, is limited to sort of playing quarterback from 30 feet away for the first 3 quarters and only in the fourth quarter really imposing his will. They need LeBron impacting the game every second he's on the floor. Where are the pick and rolls hunting Phoenix's guard? Where are the bully ball post-ups against Mikal Bridges? They need more of that because their offense just hasn't been good enough without it.
We're accustomed to LeBron's teams sometimes losing game 1 of these series. This one feels even less impactful in one way, and that is we're also accustomed to all of those coming at home. They're generally speaking always the higher seeded team. In this case, they lose a road game in any series. That's hardly the end of the world. So let me put it to you this way. A lot of people, Big Perk, like the Lakers as the NBA champ before the playoffs began. We've now seen all 16 teams play one game of round 1. Right this minute, who looks like the NBA champion, Kendrick Perkins?
It's the Brooklyn Nets, Greeny. Look, they got off to a slow start against the Boston Celtics. We were like, what the hell is going on in the first half? And then all of a sudden, the big 3 erupted, right? KD and James Harden. But look, Kyrie Irving went at Kemba Walker's neck, okay? And I was just trying to see, when was Kemba going to fight back? But Kyrie had it on his mind to take over this game and dominate that matchup, and he did just that. I mean, Kemba Walker, what the hell is going on? Jaylen Brown is out. I'm expecting you in your hometown to do something, and you go out with no type of passion, no type of fight whatsoever, and Kyrie Irving is taking it to you. He lured you to sleep before the series started and told you, yeah, Kemba Walker, he's my big brother. I'm looking forward to going against him. And then he went out there and gave him that work, Greeny.
All right, so you like Brooklyn. Zach Lowe, who do you like right now?
I'm still recovering vicariously for Kemba Walker from that lecture from Perk. But I've been picking the Nets ever since they got James Harden. They've been my pick. I see no reason to change now. I think they're the most well-equipped to play isolation basketball, which happens more in the playoffs. I think they have an easier road than anyone in the West, so I'm sticking Nets.
Hold on, Grady. Grady,
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you tricked me on something here. Now, I didn't say that the Nets were my favorite to win the title. I just said they looked the best out of the first games that was played, okay? And don't try to lure me into this. I still have the Milwaukee Bucks coming out of the East. They just going against some fights. Yeah, they just going against a feisty Miami Heat team. But it's going to help them when they get to the Nets because Eric Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the game today. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at them. So if they can get past the Heat, which I think they will, then this is going to be a cakewalk when they get to the Brooklyn Nets.
That's really interesting. Charles Barkley did the same thing last week. Barkley did the same thing last week here, Zach. He picked Milwaukee to win the East. Guys, awesome. Thank you. Stephen A. will join us a little later in this hour. We'll have much more. Brother Jay from KJZ on ESPN Radio spending a few minutes with us. All right, Jay, so the Lakers minus 18 with AD on the floor yesterday. How would you describe your level of concern?
Here's what really bothers me, that and people out there who watch sports and athletes who play this game, you hear coaches talk about this, Greeny. When you're playing against a team like the Phoenix Suns, a young basketball team, you know what you do? You come out right away in the opening minutes of the game and you put your foot on their neck. You let them know it doesn't matter what you did throughout the regular season, you do not belong on the court with us. We are going to send a message right from the beginning that we are the better team and we defensively are going to dominate you. And here's one of the frustrations I have with Anthony Davis, as he is a top 5 talent in the league, because he is. A lot of the times, and we can say this as fans, that top 5 talent does not translate into him being a top 5 player. And last night was a prime example of it. I saw DeAndre Ayton dominate the game in ways that AD should dominate the game. Now I know he's owned this. I heard him at the post presser. I heard him say all the right things. But I want to see Anthony Davis be nasty. I want to see Anthony Davis with 16 rebounds. I want to see Anthony Davis with 42 points like he had the original meeting when they first played. These are the type of things when it comes to playoff basketball that you need to see AD be right from the beginning. I know we potentially will see that in game 2, but this is a huge disappointment for the Lakers to start things off.
How about from LeBron? With his teammate not carrying the load, LeBron wasn't able to carry them to win either. What did you see from him in game 1 of the series?
I think LeBron James was trying to find his spots. He was trying to find his place. Obviously with the CP3, with the shoulder. How is the soldier coming into this? I think there was a lot of other things happening as relates to health and safety protocol that I'm sure bogged LeBron James down before the game. I am not making excuses for LeBron James, but I'll tell you this. In order for the Lakers to actually beat the Suns, they need to shoot a lot better than 26% from the three-point line. And this will be a narrative that follows this team, Greeny. Their ability to space the floor and knock down shots, and also can you play Anthony Davis and Andre Drummond together? You can't. These two cannot exist together. It clogs the lane for LeBron James to get to the rock. AD needs to be the 5, and they need to be ready to shoot the ball from the outside and knock down shots. If they're not, the Phoenix Suns are going to win this series.
All right, well, so that brings me to my concluding thought here. Our analytics, our BPI, Basketball Power Index, now favors Phoenix to win the series. Nope. Vegas still favors the Lakers. Nope. Which way are you going?
Nope. I'm going Lakers, man. CP3 with that stinger, I don't know what's going on with that. I still think the Lakers are the better team. Glad Phoenix got off to a head start, but the Lakers start knocking down threes and they defend the way they can, the Lakers will win this series. I say in 6, Greeny, in 6.
Okay, we'll see. They dropped game 1. We'll see where it goes from here. Jay Will back over to the radio, KJZ on ESPN Radio. Thank you, Jay.